people from the ghetto really being respected? Are people from the ghetto really being protected? I grew up in Atlanta, and I was always taught that Fulton Industrial was a host role. If that's the reality of what the situation is, that's what it is. I don't understand. I guess that's what people mean by having heart. You come to Fulton Industrial. Nah, bitch, I was raised in Atlanta. I was taught to avoid that street. It doesn't make any sense. I grew up around a lot of mean-spirited people. So I have to talk myself out of the toxicity because I do have a cognitive overload. It really doesn't make sense to me that people have kids. If I got kids, I guess you need money to go out and enjoy yourself. But if you got a brain, you know what I'm saying, the cement, doing construction and shit, why do it? You want to prove something. Well, I'm viewed as a stereotypical woman with a kid, so let me get a job. Why? That's just my perspective, though. I feel like if I was a man and I had kids, perhaps if I opened a family business, that's different. But as far as I'm concerned, it would just be about me and my kids. Do I know how to grow crops? Yes. Do I have to sell them? No. That's what family is about. I grew up in dysfunction. I'm like, everybody in my life, they seem to get happy about money and shit. It really don't make sense to me. Like I said, I'm an outcast. There's a lot of these women out here having babies and stuff, and they taking pride in their families. I don't understand that aspect. I didn't think that a ghetto person would actually have success because when you listen to this music, they pride themselves on being dysfunctional. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't understand how, I understand heteronormity, but before you was you interacted with a man, you were a female. That's why I didn't understand. I'm like, okay, I'm still not understanding the concept of gang banging. So you think you have a disadvantage. So let me bang with my nigga and go rob people and shit. There was somebody that told me I would tell random people to rob you and your mom for no reason because as a man, I'm a target. That's what I want you to know. I did it for no reason. I got mines off the muscle. I'm sitting here thinking like, well, what if I do 9,000 push-ups a day? Am I really going to be as strong? Am I really going to be that strong? Is it even going to look right? It's not supposed. I'm not supposed to be concerned about if it look right or not, but I don't know. Like I've said, my identity as a whole is toxic for me, and I don't even understand. It doesn't make sense. I don't get why I have these women in my life that sat there and had goddamn babies and want to go to work. Y'all claim y'all got money. Why y'all ain't planting y'all own garden and shit? Makes no sense. All the women in my life act like men to me. Misogynistic, nonchalant men. That's what I'm dealing with. Nah, we giving you tough love. Y'all ain't giving me no damn tough love. Y'all sit here submitting people for their struggles. Now go be with that person. If my mama was at the house with Jimmy or whoever the fuck she was at the house with, that's cool. I'm out here by myself trying to sympathize with a bunch of people that really don't, make sense to me. When I was a kid, some lady used to tell all the little Creole kids, the people that speak Creole, to stay away from me. So there's tension between me and all these people. And I still don't understand to this day, if there's such a family, why does it matter to even do all this extra shit? But it takes a village, like they say. It takes people to make society go around. Go around. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've seen a lot of women and I'd be like, I don't even expect them to act like that. I've been around people and I'm like, but you mixed. Why the fuck is you acting like that? I ain't formed too many paradigms in my life. I've never seen it be all these little mixed looking bitches. It don't look right on them. I'm like, well, she says she from the ghetto. I've never seen people outside my race have a certain level of ghetto-ness about themselves. It doesn't make sense to me. I've never seen that. It's dysfunctionality out here like that. Young, underage girls. Well, I didn't know, Your Honor. I didn't know. I was too young to have sex with this man. He was my pimp. I didn't know. I was trapped in the confines of a poverty-stricken mentality. I got this, that, and this shit third going on. I'm sitting here watching all these women get emasculated by toxic masculinity, and I'm trying to figure out why. If you such a thoroughbred bitch, why the fuck is you even got a job? It doesn't make sense. That's what they did. When I was living as a kid, I realized that for some reason, all the men were forming paradigms against women, and it was a big competition. I'm a survivor of sexual abuse, being victimized by, you know, people that were having sex with me that were elder in age, and I was underage, and I would do nothing wrong. And they were sitting there calling me scorn. I'm like, nah, they're just a physical after effect. Now I have a disadvantage. People would think I have a bad attitude or a bad approach to things. Now I got to answer to heteronormity. You know, somebody was like, hurry up and tell her mom that, you know, my little sister snapped on me about calling my mom. I'm like, but that's our mom. This is the tension that's created between me and my family members. I'm like, that's what I don't understand about surviving crime. I don't know who toxic for me when I'm trying to talk my mind out of thinking about this person. I don't know, man. A lot of people just, you know, be doing too goddamn much. And I'm like, all the people that I grew up around pretty much have ghetto mindsets. And I'm like, and they still make it. It makes no sense to me. I guess people aren't that judgmental, or people just feel sorry for us. I guess people really do feel sorry for us. I'm like, you really feel sorry for ghetto people? Yeah, let's go ahead and build them a store and tell them to go in and out. You can get free food and shit every now and then. It doesn't make any sense. I got a girl ringing in my head pretending to be a stutterer. I don't know, man. I got a lot of emotional toxicity. That's exactly what they were plotting on my downfall for. Doesn't make any sense. I've been raped a lot in my life, and I think that's what people want to tell me. It doesn't matter. I've seen people want to forcefully have something that they can't. I've seen women that be like, man, I want a boyfriend and shit. You really want to be with a man? It's really that important. You really think that's normal? Why not just be by yourself and have fun? I've seen people, I was in a program and people was complaining about the dumbest shit. I'm like, listen, I'm a victim of sexual abuse. Nobody will ever sympathize with that because of heteronormity. Now they trying to look at us weak. I be at my job seeing all these little girls and stuff, and they just be acting like girls. I'm like, man, these niggas don't give a fuck about us. We weak to them. All because they stuck their penises in us. But you ain't gonna look at it like that. Nah, I had a baby for this nigga. I fight. This nigga know how I get down. That's how heterosexual women be when they be with me, and they were like, nah, shit, my nigga know what I get down. I do 1,200 push-ups every day. But you still a girl. He still has the means to belittle you. Nigga play mind games. Be like, after you do them 1,200 push-ups, then I respect you. Shit, I value you. You done already stuck your dick in me. There's no way you can value me. That's what I was taught. That's what I was told. It's dysfunctionality that I'm surviving. All these men really wanted me to be with them. I'm like, you a pessimist. I can see it in their eyes. I'm looking at these little boys. I can tell you been raised by a dysfunctional mom. People be trying to, like I said, my identity is a female. There's nothing I can do about that. Then they got foster parents out here. I was locked up with a bunch of bitches. I'm like, y'all ain't worth shit. You in lockup. There's no way you can be feminine. People are going to treat you a certain way. There be people out here saying, well, I'm a manager and I'm this, I'm that. I don't know what you are. If you got to get it off the muscle, you got to get off the muscle. All these bitches that got masculine as hell, all because of a struggle. And that's what people out here gang banging for. Who wants to do all that shit? It doesn't make sense to me. I've seen a woman actually form a different paradigm than me, and that's the advantage she have over me. I think it's cute when my nigga get mad. We gonna view you as a man hater. Nah, bitch. That ain't what it is. I'm surviving dysfunction. I took full offense to it. I was taught to do it. Don't judge me. Somebody told me you need to be a security guard. That ain't even how I operate. I've been tamed. I don't want to be taming people. You don't become what happens to you. That's not what I want to do. You see all these aggressive women, well, that might be what you have to do. You done been locked up before. People gonna view you in a certain aspect. I got a job now. I ain't expect to get it. Like, people out here, they want a certain essence. You go to restaurants, you be like, I don't want to go in there. The vibe wrong. All them people mean as hell. But I told them, folks, I need cashier experience and interacting with people. I'm like, I ain't going to be able to do it. I'm a pessimist. They either going to like it or they not. You either enjoy the food here because of who's been here or you don't. That's why I'm like, some of these people that are so-called managers and stuff, I don't know how they get their positions. I'm like, I grew up in the same neighborhood with some of these people. All y'all mean as fuck. All y'all are mean as hell. Why the fuck is you in this position? Well, because I can do my job. That might be what it is. Like, if somebody can do their job, they might have this, weakness or this strength, but they can do their job. People really are contradicting themselves. Like, I'm like, if you view me in a certain aspect, why would you associate yourself with me? It makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. People are using sex as a crime, but I'm like, if you view somebody as a nasty person or a person that you don't like, a quality or concern you have about them, why would you want to stick your penis in them? It doesn't make sense. I don't know. I'm just viewing a lot of people in my life as autistic. That's what happens when you learn shit. You renew your mind with new things, and you realize that people are teaching you things against your own will when things could have just went normal. I got mean people ringing in my head, cursing and shit. That's what I'm dealing with. And I'm like, they'll be like, well, when you're a woman, you gotta be mean. Mean spirited and being assertive are two different vibes. So how would you get your vibe right? Well, you need to pray more. You need to do this. I grew up in the church, right? But not necessarily to myself. I had a lot of paradigms forced on me. That's why I be so stressed out. Cause I'm like, I'm sitting here being put in the box, and that really ain't me. But that's how people do. People are rain on your parade. I'm trying to be open minded. Like, some people ain't normal to me. It is what it is, though. I'm like, I'm a girl losing weight, getting a 6-pack abs. That's not what I want. I mean, I can lose weight, and I do need to move my body, but it's a stressor for me because I feel like I'm attracting what I don't want. I don't. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't want to attract people. I want to feel safe. You know, a lot of people ring my head. This lady named Miss Pepper. I'm thinking about all these people. I was putting all them people. It just happened naturally. I'm like, do people really respect you? Did you get the respect that you thought you had? That you thought you needed? Or did you get the respect that you bargained for or looked for? I was watching a video, like I've said in one of my videos. I'm like, it is a lot of people that come from certain sections, and I'm like, they'll never be uplifted. But we gonna uplift these motherfuckers. There are people that really believe in the Lord and catching the Holy Ghost. I can tell with somebody being genuine, though, because I feel a positive flow come off my brain. I can tell with somebody faking their Holy Ghost.